this was a non-manual speech, and when we talked about it, I told you that you'd probably get some jeers from some members of the club for doing a non-manual speech. I'm sure at some point everybody feels that you should be able to work your speech into some manual. But that neither said. The goal that you gave to me was to ensure a confident and paced delivery. So let me tell you first what I liked about the speech, and then I'll tell you how I think you can improve it. The first thing that I liked was your introduction. You started the introduction with the question, has everybody heard the phrase, must be present to win? Well, immediately by asking a question to start a speech, you've drawn the audience in because they have to respond. So that's a great way to start of any speeches that you can do to draw the audience in. And then you told the stories about your daughters, your desire to really bond with them after the divorce. I'm sure that was a difficult time for you. And then again, how you took them on that cross-country trip, and then the story about how that all must be present to win related to your job. And then throughout the speech, I liked the way that you kept on inserting the main focus of the speech must be present to win. So that was, it sort of drove that theme home. And for me it was, and maybe it took about halfway through, or maybe 2/3 of the way through, to recognize that you were not speaking of the literal must be present to win, but more figuratively that you have to be in the game to win. So that was, I really enjoyed that. You definitely showed confidence out here. Here's a couple of things that I think you can do to improve it. The pace delivery, you told me you were concerned that you speak too fast, and you did. So that's something you still have to work on. Here's a way, 2 ways that I think that you can improve on that. When you finish a sentence, instead of thinking that the sentence just ended with a period, end the sentence with a period and then a pause. So then you can think about, all right, now I just spoke, that's the end of the sentence, give me a second to take a breath. And then also, when you come to the end of a story, take a second, or think that you have to give the audience a chance to absorb that story. That's a way to help slow you down. So I've just made a comment, and now I want the audience to understand it. Now I can move on to my next comment. And those are 2 tips that I think will help you do your speech. It was great content. You did a great job relaying those stories and centering on the theme. I think you could just work on slowing that down with those 2 tips. Thank you.